Good morning, Mirko. This is Ron McLean. I'm going to do a top-down analysis on that trade I took July the 7th. And here we are. There's the trade. So I'm going to do a top-down on it right now. So we're going to go to, oh, hang on. I'll go to the monthly. So really the monthly showed, starts off on the left, even though we had a bearish move down here, we had a strong bullish move to the upside, signature move here. Up at the top, we established an all-time high, so that's November 07, and obviously expanded pretty solidly down, where they had a bit of a signature on the way down, but it pretty much solid all the way down to set a new all-time low, and that would be January 09. Now, since then, we've retraced up. So failed high here, manipulation, came back down, went sideways, and manipulation here, and came down, and it failed. So failed low. It never hit the monthly low. So looking here, it's again manipulation off this candle, and it's pretty much bullish ever since. Went sideways, continued up, manipulation here, of course, and came up and fell short of this high. So failed high. So we've come down, back down, and into this kill zone down here, which is from this swing low to this swing high. And it went deep into the kill zone, but it failed to, but it mitigated, but it didn't hit that candle. Now it's come up, big picture has kind of gone sideways, back down and touched it again. So we come back in and mitigated this candle again. So here's our current low. From this time, which is March 20, this has been strong bullish. A little bit of a retracement here, but right now, monthly, bullish. The last candle, of course, is a down candle, and the current candle is an up candle. All right. Dropping back to the weekly, we have just continuation of what we just looked at, spread it out, but we've been working our way back up, and we had a strong move to the upside here, a little bit of retracement, and continued up. So we've got equal highs up here, and on the grand scheme of things, this kill zone is from the monthly high to the monthly low. So we stopped short of that kill zone. So I'm expecting it to go up. And so obviously we're in a bit of a retracement. This came down, and let's zoom in on the daily. Well, let me bring this up a bit. So on the daily, we'll look closer at what's going on here. We've got manipulation. This candle here come down and took this low. So now I'm expecting a move up through here. So we've got two candles up, one down, the next one up. So we have a bullish move going on. We've got imbalance, huge amount of imbalance right here on the daily. So the trend is bullish. Now I'm going down to the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour, I really need to go back where we were when I took the trade. So let me hit the replay mode. And I want to go back to, whoops, hang on a second. want to go back and change the visibility here. So I don't know why I'm even looking at that. Okay, I'm taking it off right now. Okay, so I want to go back to the time I put this trade in. So I just cut this off right here. Do this again, sorry. So I'm going to come back and they cut it here. So let's zoom in a bit on this. On the 7th, when I took the trade, on the 4-hour, this is what I was looking at. I took the trade in here. So right now in the 4-hour, we've come down, not a strong manipulation, but it looks like what we've had is this expansion down and a retracement up. But our momentum is up. We got imbalance above us. So we'll go down to the 1-hour, but the trade was on the 15. Let me zoom in here. So on the 1-hour, here's the manipulation I was looking at. Come up. I'm expecting it to come back down to the 786. So where I took the trade was right in here. Probably make more sense if I put the sessions on. Okay. So the candles don't look as well here. So I'm going down to 30, and now you can see where my trade is. This basically is on a 30-minute candle. Although I took it on the 15, that entry is on the 30-minute candle. Now, this is a little unusual. This was a market buy. And the reason is, I'll go down to 15 where I took it. It is a market buy. We already looked at this low here. And if we look at the line chart, starting here, we've got a higher high. Obviously, we went out another higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So I'm looking at this to continue in this direction. Now it's back to candles. Story on this, I was looking at this manipulation right here. I was setting the trade up for, I took the trade right about here, right at the left edge of that risk to reward that's marked in. So I would have normally taken it at the 786 right here. At the time it went up in this next candle, I entered it as market, although it did retrace to the 786. So I should have stuck with my original plan, come down to 786. Okay, I'm in the trade. So it's going up and I am watching it. And just to give you a perspective of what I'm watching for, a day earlier, I was caught. And I'm going to see where it went to. Right here. I'm going to put it on the screen. The day earlier, I was in a trade on GA. And here you can see right at 5 o'clock ish. I looked at it at the end of the day because at 5 o'clock, the margins have a tendency to go crazy. So anyway, right here, you can see I was right around the entry. I think it was like a 22 pip stop loss. And guess what? It took me out. So I'm gun shy at 5 o'clock, right? Part of my trading plan now is I got my alarm set to watch. At 4:30, I go check where I am on the any open trade. So on this one, I really overreacted. I got an 18.7 pip stop loss plus spread. Or maybe I didn't in the spread. I forgot. It's the spread was 20. I had 20 pip stop loss with 110.9 take profit. So here, 5 o'clock, I'm looking at this. It's starting to go sideways. After being bit yesterday, I thought I'd just take the profit and run. So I took a 1 to 2 trade. I only went in at 0.5%, so I took a 1% profit, and I'm happy. What happened after that? It went up further. It went down through my stop loss. So the question of what are this in the back testing is, look, okay, how do I like this? But what would I have done differently? And what I would have done differently is I would have checked. This is a kind of a bump in the road compared to that. That's a much better manipulation, even though in the shorter, the 15 minutes, it doesn't look as great an expansion here. But this is my point of interest here. This is a 30-minute candle, the top of this block here. So looking back on this, what would I have done differently? I tell you what I would have done differently. I would have, let's enter a trade, let's put it over here. I would go in, well, basically I'm going to move my fibs down too, okay? So the fibs, and the fibs are based on here because that's where I was. So right now, I'd take a trade in here, and my original target was here at the top of the imbalance on the left. I'd just play it safe in here. To get my 5 to 1, I would go down to the 786. Obviously, that trade wouldn't have worked because it came down to the top of that 30-minute candle. It did not come into the 786. So I generally don't go any higher than a 786. I find most trades end up into the 886, but I would have taken it at the 786 because of the risk to reward. I could have probably gone up to the same here and entered at the top of the candle. What would that give me? 5 to 1 without the spread. That, looking at it from hindsight, I mean, that would have been a great trade, right? It continued up past that. So what did I learn from this? I still probably in future, even though that didn't go that deep, I probably would take the 786, take it the safer trade, which is this target on the left, right here, swing high there, manipulation. I'd have taken that because I could see it going into that, especially with that imbalance above it. Oops. So anyway, that's the result of that trade. I'm happy with it. I didn't have a good month last month, and unfortunately, that was my best trade. The rest I had moved. So I found that trade management has saved my butt. Maybe it's the trades I'm taking, but I didn't have a wonderful month. But thank you for listening. Let me stop this and I will submit that to the group. And thank you for all you do, Marco. Have a blessed day.